This happens every year. The Leafs play great through the regular season and lose the first round. We know how it goes, and every year there's videos talking about how the Leafs have the potential to finally have a good postseason, only to end up losing almost immediately. I genuinely think this is the Leafs' year. Now, why do I say that this year is a different story? Well, let me tell you. Auston Matthews has been a generational scorer with 55 goals in 65 games. He's on pace to break the current Leafs scoring record by a single player in a season, which is already held by him. The Leafs would benefit extremely if he carries this momentum into the postseason. The Leafs also have a top 6 line that scores consistently, with Nylander, who is about to pass his career high in goals, and Marner is also on pace to break his career high in goals. Matthews, Marner, and Nylander all are at their peak right now. The most important change the Leafs have made, however, was they finally got a good defensive core that can actually block and defend shots against. Their playoffs look the same as last year, where they will probably face the Bruins, who probably had the most disappointing first round exit last year, or they could play the Panthers, who of course eliminated last year, but things can change in a year. So let's compare the Leafs this year to previous years. This year, even strength production has stayed the same, which isn't a bad thing because they've consistently been good at even strength. If the Leafs keep playing with Matthews, Marner, and Nyes at the top line, the Leafs can continue to have great scoring production. However, this is only regular season stats, and as you can see, the Leafs usually forget how to score when playoffs roll around. I also want to mention that Domi, Järnkrok, and Robertson have also been a dangerous line, with Domi and Järnkrok producing at almost the same rate as Nylander. Let's compare the defensive numbers now. Again, same with the goal production. It seems like the Leafs have remained the same and maybe slightly better in even strength goals allowed. However, there's something interesting going on. Nylander and Riley have pretty bad numbers when looking at goals against per 60 minutes, but they have been able to fix that by having a great number in goals per 60 minutes. I want to highlight Ryan Reeves. We all know he's terrible, but this is a whole other level, almost the worst on the team in goals allowed per 60 minutes. Not only that, but worst on the team in goals for per 60 minutes. In other words, the Leafs need to get rid of him quick. Now on to the power play numbers. For 3 years straight, their power play percentage has been over 25% and are 4th in the league. This is because the Leafs have a great first power play line. They have taken advantage of the 4 forwards power play and religiously put out Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Nylander, and Riley. Looking at the numbers, this unit obviously works. We all know how penalties are called less in playoffs, so that's the major downside of this, but if the Leafs can get a team to rack up penalties, this will be a game changer in their playoff run. Now finally, I want to show you the Leafs goaltending. The Leafs have 3 solid goaltenders. Samsonov had a bad start to the year after being sent to the American Hockey League, but once he got called back up, it seems like he's still a little shaky, but it's fine for right now. Then they also have Woll, who's playing better than Samsonov at the moment, with a better save percentage and a better goals against average. But if there's one goalie I want to focus on, it's Martin Jones. With the bad start Samsonov had, the Leafs had no choice but to put in Jones, and it worked perfectly. Jones had a breakout season and has played amazingly. I'm curious how fast the Leafs will start to change the goalie situation up once playoffs come around. Woll would be a great goalie due to his performance, but risky due to only playing 18 games. Anyways, what do you think? Is it the Leafs' year, or will it be like every other year? Let me know. And before I end this video, I do just want to say sorry for the lack of uploads. I got burnt out of doing content for a little bit, but now I'm back. So as always, hope you have a great rest of your day.